Mhm. Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We're going to begin laying down today, and I don't have a bolster, but I have a blanket with me. So I'm going to make a tiny little bolster. I just want it to be thick enough to support my tailbone. So that's going to go under the tailbone and Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. So the blanket is tipping the tailbone up a little. And the lower back will feel like it's almost flat to the floor or flat to the floor. Arms out, just a little way from the body, palms rolling up. Taking some deep breaths. Noticing where this might feel good, might feel a little bit uncomfortable. And overall, how those different kinds of sensations feel. How do you feel in this posture? Mm. You might like to make a sighing sound. Mm. And gently bringing in your arm and your leg, and you can take your little made up bolster out. We're going to hug the knees into the chest and rock a little from side to side. Put your feet up so your knees are over your hips and press your lower back into the floor, arms up. And we're going to take the arms one direction and the legs the other direction. And you'll start to feel the core of the body switching on, but we'll try and keep the neck really relaxed here. So neck relax. And back to the center and hug your knees into your chest, finding center. You can rock your head a little from side to side, just double checking is your neck free of tension, finding your breath. Okay, and then knees above your hips again and knees at right angles, arms straight up. And we'll take our limbs out from center and you just go as far as you can really feel your core body working, but not your neck. Back to center. Good, and opposite. And we'll keep the back pressing. Mm. 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 Keep your back pressing on the floor, feeling the core body work, but not your neck or your throat. Nice work. Back to center. Hugging your knees into your chest. Okay, we're going to do hands at the temples or fingers at the temples. If this is too strong in your neck, we're going to lift the head up in a sec. If it's too strong, then you can put your hands behind your head. But we really want to try and make it the core body working. So press your lower back. Lift your head and your shoulders a little off the floor. And then we're going to do our side to side ones again. And we try to make it the core body and not so much the neck or the throat. Oh, difficult to do. So you can always support behind your head and just let your head rest into your hand. Side to side, alternate upper body going one way, lower body going the other. Press through your lower back. It wants to keep lifting up. And back to center, hugging in your knees. Making a big sigh sound. Oh. We're going to make circles with the knees now. Press your lower back and rest your arms on the floor. We really want to try and keep the neck out of the equation, but making circles with the knees, pressing your lower back and breathing. The bigger the circle, then more work for the core to hold the legs. So you make the circle the size that it needs to be for you. Other direction. Nice. And we're just going to relax the feet onto the floor now. Put your hands on your belly. Take some deep breaths into the belly. If it feels good to sigh, then sigh. Okay, we're going to pick up the left foot. Take the left foot in the right hand and straighten that leg as much as it will go to straight, so you can feel a stretch in your leg. If you can't reach your foot, hold your clothing on the back of your leg. Give yourself the biggest stretch you can and take some deep breaths while you're doing that. And we're going to let the lower body roll to the right side. And you might be able to lay your leg all the way down to the floor without letting them collapse down. Keep the left shoulder blade on the floor. You're looking over your left shoulder. Relaxing your neck and your throat. It's noticing where the body might be able to let go of tension. Lovely. Bring your awareness to your core body when you lift your leg. Your spine is supported. Good. And we'll do the other side. So starting symmetrically. Pick up your right foot and aim to hold the foot with your left hand. You can hold clothing or leg. Good. Because we want to give that leg a stretch. So exploring what straightening feels like and breathing. Even sighing if you are enjoying that. Good. And then we're going to let the lower body roll with support to the left, so not collapsing down onto the floor. Use your core muscles. Whoa. And right shoulder blade on the floor. Ah. Hmm. Beautiful. And then we're going to come back up to center, rock a little bit from side to side. Oh. All right. We're going to roll over to the right side now and take a seat. If you've got your blanket there, always a little easier to sit up onto the support of a blanket. Finding your long spine. And for your neck, we're going to relax the shoulders, shrug them a little bit, wiggle them around, shoulder down. I'm going to turn the head just to look to the left and explore where the resistance is. Take the breath there. And then slowly center and second side. And slowly back to center. And then we'll hug the chin into the chest. And let the skull really be heavy. So let the back of the neck stretch. So the chin comes closer and closer to the chest. But we don't roll the back forward. So keep the shoulders rolling back. Top of the head, heavy. Breathing. Good. Now keep the chin into the chest and turn your left cheek up to the ceiling. Feeling your flow of breath. And back to center. And then turn your right cheek up to the ceiling. And back to center. Lovely. And we're going to make a circle, not moving the shoulders, but just the head gently around your range of movement. And don't go too fast. You might make yourself dizzy, so we'll go slow. And we're looking for the texture of the feeling in the neck and breathing. And then the other direction. Keep imagining that you could lift the head, even though it's heavy. So the joints of the neck are spacious. There's a smoothness to the movement. Beautiful. And back to center. And then we'll take an all fours position. All fours. And we're going to take the fingers out wide, even spaces. So they're a good foundation. Press your fingerprints, base of your index fingers, and knees back a little from the line of your hips and hip width. Lift up your right knee. And we're going to draw a big circle with that right knee and try to express the full range of movement. So you're even crossing the right knee behind the left knee when you get to that part of the movement. Make sure you go all the way out, all the way up, all the way across. That's it. Keep going. Try to use your gluteus muscle, your right buttock muscle, for the lift and the reaching out and the reaching across. Nice work. One more of those, all the way through your range of movement. Lovely. And then the other direction. Whoa. Whoa. One more. Okay. back to center. Just check in with your hands again, press your fingerprints, and we're going to lift the left leg. All right, so making sure you've got that good connection to the gluteus muscle so that when you're lifting, you can feel that it's really helping with your lift. You're reaching out. Good. So exploring your full range of movement in that hip. And then the other direction. Beautiful. And then forward virasana. Hmm. 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 And letting your upper body lengthen. Finding where you might be able to let go of tension and explore more space and length. Feeling the flow of your breath. How satisfying the breath is. Mm. Beautiful. Downward facing dog pose. So stretch your fingers out wide, even spaces between the fingers. Tuck the toes under. We're going to bend the legs and work on bringing the chest a little closer to the legs and a little broader and longer. So collarbones wide. Good. And then pressing your heels one at a time. Mm. Mm. Start to walk your feet a little closer to your hands, and you might find that your heels go a little bit closer to the floor. And then don't come all the way forward, but walk them back again. So we're walking just in that zone towards the back of the mat. Feet forward, patting your feet, lift right up onto the balls of the feet, and then back again. Ah, good. Put the top of your left toes on the floor and straighten your left leg. So you're stretching through the front of your foot. It's really good if you can't kneel and give your feet this stretch. It's a nice way to try it. Good. And then the other one. Put the top of your right foot on the floor and then straighten that leg. So you're stretching your toes. Put a little bit of weight into the foot, into the toes. Mm. Good. And then releasing that side. And then we're going to pad the feet and walk your feet all the way forward. And running out of room, we're going to roll up. Oh, you're losing all my elastic. All right. Standing at the front of your mat in Tadasana. We're going to come into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Let's take the arms up with lots of room for the shoulders. And then Uttanasana. Put your hands up on your thighs, even if you can reach further forward. And let the spine start to really sink forward. towards the front of your torso, and the front of the torso lengthen and broaden. Back of the neck long, and just check in. Is your neck still nice and relaxed from our stretches? Elbows in, elbows back. Keep allowing gravity to press down the spine, to lengthen the torso forward as we start to stretch the back of the legs, and you can have your knees as bent as you need to keep a healthy feeling in your back. Breathing deeply. And when you've seemed to have reached as far as you can, put your hands where they make sense, closer to your feet or on the floor, and try straightening one leg and then alternate with the other. Keep the back of your neck long. Finding your deep breath, maybe even sighing. Lovely. Bend your knees and rolling on up. Take your arms up. Keep lots of space in your shoulder capsule as you do that, looking up. And then Tadasana. Okay, we're going to bind the arms behind. Take hold of your wrists or your forearms or your elbows and step your left foot back. Let's find balance here. So from side to side, your feet are about hip width and they're parallel to the edges of the mat. More feel the legs straightening. Strong kneecaps lifting, front of the hips lifting, belly lifting, breastbone lifting. Beautiful. We're going to deepen front hip creases as we take the torso forward. Now, again, find a forward position that's not turning your back into a hill shape or tightening the skin of your back. So keep allowing the spine to sink forward. We're going to follow gravity here. And maybe you need to bend your front leg to let the spine reach a little bit further. Keep following gravity with the spine, following the breath. And check in, how does your neck feel? We want to keep that nice relaxed neck. Okay, when you've gone as far as you can, then let's revisit straightening the front leg. Notice where it is difficult, appreciating that, and taking the flow of breath to that sensation. And let's keep trying to straighten, but we'll do it by following the breath. Even sighing. Lovely. We're going to look up. Release your arms. Lift your torso. Release your arms. Step forward and we'll balance on the right foot. Bring your left foot out in front. You can have tiptoes on the floor or lift your leg. Drawing your shoulder blades down. But relax your shoulders and your neck. And feel the core of your body really stabilizing you. Whoa. Oh. Beautiful. And before you put that foot down, you're going to find where the foot goes. Tadasana. Binding your arm behind you. And other forearm on top. Letting the bones of the spine press down. Uttanasana. Oh no, sorry. Lift back up. We're going to step back first. Right foot steps back. This is for Parsvottanasana. So we have both heels on the floor. We have feet hip width parallel. Strong legs. Feel the front of the thighs lift, the belly, the breastbone. And now we're going to forward bend. Don't go to the point of straining your back, trying to reach forward. Find where it feels comfortable still with the with the straight legs. And let gravity start to press the spine forward. And then if you bend your front leg, you'll see that you can keep allowing the torso to lengthen out and over the front leg. Maybe even lining up with your thigh. We're letting each breath make that happen. Good, and we'll keep the neck really nice and relaxed. And then start to explore straightening your front leg. Follow the breath there into that movement. Maybe sighing helps. Parsvottanasana. Beautiful. Lift your torso. Release your arms. Step forward and balance on your left foot. Ooh. We're going to bring the right foot in front, and that could be tiptoes on the floor or lifting your leg. Relaxing your shoulders, but feeling the strong core of your body, holding your balance. Placing your foot with intention, so finding where you're going to put your foot, hip width parallel, and then transferring your weight. Great. We're going to step the left foot back. And if you can, lift your toes off the floor. I'm going to lift the left hip so that you're turning to look to the left of your mat. And this is preparing for the Ardha Chandrasana pose, half moon pose. So we try to hold the balance, but really trying to work the left hip back. Good, and then we're going to lower the left hip. So we're facing forward, but we've still got the left foot off the floor. And then bring the left foot forward all the way in front. So you're balanced on your right foot again. And this time we're going to take the left knee out to the left side. You can reach your right arm out as a counterweight. Back to center. And with intention, placing the left foot down. Tadasana. Step your right foot back. And if you can, lift the foot off the floor as well. And then we're going to lift the right hip. So we're trying to turn our torso, the front of the hips, parallel to the long edge of the mat on its right side. Ooh. Preparation for Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Now we're going to look forward again by turning back to center so the front of the hips are level to the floor. Swing the right leg in front so you're balanced on your left leg. And we bring the right knee close into the chest. Or maybe your tiptoes need to be on the floor. And then the right knee out to the right side. all the while maintaining balance or wobbling and righting yourself. And back to center. And placing your foot down with intention. Nice work. All right, I'm going to move so I'm facing the long edge of the mat for Virksasana, tree pose. Turn your left knee out and you can keep your tiptoes near to the floor. Foot on your right leg, either under your knee or over your knee. But we want to try and reach the left knee back, but keep the hips facing forward. Beautiful. And we're going to take the arms up. And we're going to sway the trunk of our trees a little from side to side. So we're lengthening the ribs. And with each sway, you're getting a little bit longer in your waist. And really reaching up through the fingertips. Ooh. And back to center. Ah. 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 And then releasing. Whoa. Feet hip width parallel. Beautiful. Turn your right knee out for Virksasana. Tree pose. Keep the hips facing forward. Place your foot, your right foot. And arms lift by the ears. And then sway your trunk and try to find a little bit more length. Whoa, from side to side. We're really holding balance here. A little bit longer, a little bit longer. Beautiful, find center. And then releasing and bringing your right foot to the floor. Shifting balance. Beautiful. We're going to do one more forward bend. And let's see, we'll hold the elbows, looking up, and then reaching forward. Reach the elbows as far as you can. Feel the spine sinking towards the front of the body. And as you reach the elbows, and let the spine sink, let the neck be relaxed. Feel the breath. And follow the breath through the straightening of your legs and the lengthening of your spine. So that movement feels as natural as the breath. Feeling curious about what's easy and what's difficult. Feeling satisfied. Lovely. Now I'm going to sit on the floor from here. If that's a difficult movement for you, sit onto the floor, however it makes sense. I'm practicing sitting without using my hands. And I need to get my feet moving so that last little bit doesn't become a crash to the floor. All right, we're sitting back onto our blanket. We're going to put the hands behind the hip and put the legs out in front. Feet as wide as you can and knees as wide as you can, and sit up tall. All right, then let the knees over to the left side. Actually, we didn't really need to sit on the blanket, I realized. All right, 90-90. What you want to do, though, is keep the maximum distance between the knees for the most part of this. So lift your right knee, But don't start to lift the left knee until you've gone as far as you can with the right knee. And then as you lift the left knee, don't just let it close up, but keep the gap. So keep the distance between the knees for the longest time. Good. And then over to the right side. Good. And then the left knee lifts and you keep the distance between the knees. And as you lift the right knee, keep the distance. Good. And then you can close up. All right. We're going to keep going from side to side. And if you do this without using your hands, it's a little harder, but you can give that a try. Otherwise, just keep your hands on the floor. All right. Try to keep the distance between your knees. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Lovely work. And then we're going to lay down. And we're going to do the posture we started with. The second one, which is if you start with your spine supported on the floor and your legs hip width and parallel, knees bent. Pick up your left foot, hold your left foot with your right hand, and explore getting your leg as straight as you can. If you don't reach your foot, hold somewhere else. So as straight as you can. And then without falling to the floor, try to take the lower body and roll it to the right. Use the core. Good. And left shoulder blade stays on the floor and you can turn your head and look in that direction. Ah. And follow your breath into letting this feel more easeful. Ah, not so many roadblocks. Beautiful. And we're going to lift the legs. So use your core awareness and back to the starting position. Picking up your right foot, taking hold of your leg or your foot with your left hand. Good. And then explore straightening your right leg. Finding your breath. We're going to take the leg over to the left side. So rolling your legs now to the left and trying to use your core strength so that the legs don't just fall down to the floor. Really hard to do. Right shoulder onto the floor, looking over your right. And then following your breath into what resists, into what feels easeful. And then lifting back up, using your core strength. Lovely. Hug your knees into your chest. And rocking a little bit from side to side. Legs straight up in bamboo pose, and you can hold your leggings or the back of your leg and lift your lower back a little bit away from the floor. Maybe you can hold your toes, but keep your shoulders relaxed on the floor. One last little sigh for the practice. Mhm. And bend your knees and rolling over to your right side. Mm. And when you feel ready, come up and have a seat. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.